Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara and I'm so happy that you're here today because today we have the first actually fully focused HRCYED vlog. So it is now October 6th, Monday, and this weekend I plan to host my weekend reading challenge, and that is going to be focused on one of the HRCYED prompts. I don't know which one yet, so I prepared all of these. These are all the challenges from HRCYED, so I'm going to pick one of these. I originally prepared a spinner wheel, but I do vlog on my phone and the spinner wheel is on my phone, so that doesn't work. So I came up with an alternative, and that's going to be to have this jar and pick from here every month. And then pick what books I'm going to be reading for the challenge that I pick. If you don't know what HRCYED is, I will link it down below, but it is the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. It's hosted by Q over at QWERTY, and it is 1 year long reading challenge where you have basically 25 different challenges to complete, and each of the challenges has multiple books that you need to fulfill, that you need to read to fulfill these prompts or these challenges, and you can double up on books. And so it's not as terrifying, but it's still a lot. And there is no way I can complete this challenge like 100%, but I thought it was a lot of fun to try and participate. So that's what we are doing here. And so because the weekend reading challenge is coming up, I decided to draw already today what challenge it will be in case I need to grab some books from library or something like that. You know, if I need to prepare more than just figure out on Friday evening what I'm gonna be reading that weekend. So that's what we are here to do right now. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I have here 23 challenges because 2 of the 25 I have already completed. So I have the 23 remaining here. So let's see what the first challenge is going to be. I'm so terrified, I'll have to say. And I'm like excited, but it could be also one of the like really most difficult ones, or the ones that are like really a lot of books I need to read for. So we'll see how this goes. But let's see. I don't feel that's right. That wasn't right. You know when you have this gut feeling and something feels right and something. So I want this one. I got it. This one. So what is it? You're gonna see first. Is that what it is? Can you see? Heritage Month Challenge. That is one of the harder ones. That's one of the harder ones. Heritage Month Challenge. So let's see how I'm doing on this one, and let me show you what the spreadsheet is that I have, that I follow. And let's figure out what books I'm gonna be reading for this. I want to first find out what it actually says, how it describes this challenge on the official HRCYED website. So let's see, which one is it? Heritage Month. Where are you here? So it's white prompt. You have to excuse my computer, it's a little bit slow. But Heritage Challenge, we have here. There are many months that celebrate the diversity of the world, so let's read through different ones as well. Submit a book for each one you knock off. You can read them at any time, but reading them during the month they are celebrated is extra special. Okay, so we have these ones: Black History, Arab Heritage, Indigenous Heritage, Women's History, Jewish Heritage, Hispanic Heritage, LGBTQ plus Pride, Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage, and Disability Pride. So we've got a lot going on here. So if we go into the spreadsheet, and I can show you how this one works actually. So I have completed these 2 prompts so far, these 2 challenges. Here is Heritage Months. And I have actually Disability Pride as well. I have some books for disability. See here. Okay, I'm going to just copy these. There we go. Whoop, that did not work well. Again. So I can just fill that in. Maya plays the part. My darling dreadful thing. I hear the sunspot. Volume 1. And my friends. So those are the ones okay, now I screwed up. This is now screwed up. Oh my gosh. Whatever. I'll fix that another time. But I have here now potentials that I can count already for these prompts. So these are already the ones that I completed. I just need to pick one book for them, you know, out of all of these. So here we see I have only one so far for Black History. So I have Dawn is done here. The Master Jeweler for Women's History. I feel like that's rather, I mean, I can count anything for women's history. I read so many books. So here actually I will count something else because I could count, you know what, let's do it. Master Jeweler could be here. Let's do that. And then I hear the sunspot would be here. So delete from here. And then we have 2 for LGBTQ plus pride. Actually, there would be also my friends would count here. And my darling dreadful thing for sure as well. I just was not very thorough on this one, I see. But that's okay. We can count, I think Queen Bee feels good because the author herself is a trans woman. So I think Queen Bee feels good for this prompt, for the LGBTQ plus pride. And that means for disability pride, I can count one of these 3. And from all of these, it would be most, I don't think this one because it was not as prominent as in these other 2. So let me see which of these 2 are eligible for more prompts, for more challenges in here, and then we'll decide. So we have Maya plays the part or my darling dreadful thing. And how I decide is I go to my tracker, and here I have the list. So we have Maya plays the part, and we have my darling dreadful thing. And then here I have potential for number of prompts. And this is like for how many prompts it could count. And so I'm gonna pick the one that is higher number because that way that one still can count for a lot of other prompts. So I'm going to count my darling dreadful thing for this one. And my darling dreadful thing, the disability, actually spoiler. So I'm not going to say. If you read it, you know. If you haven't read it, I do not want to say. But believe me. So I have my darling dreadful thing here. And we've got, oh, why am I doing it this way? So these are the prompts that I currently have. So to complete this challenge this weekend, I need to read Hispanic book, Indigenous heritage, Arab heritage, Jewish heritage. So 4 books. So that's not that bad. I can definitely do this. I already have a thought for Hispanic heritage, which there is one book I really want to read. I need to find out actually if I can get it tomorrow. I think I might be able to get it on Everend tomorrow so that I could then read it for this prompt, and that is The Bewitching is the option, which is by Silvia Moreno Garcia, and she's Mexican, I believe. So that would be the Hispanic heritage. And then we have Indigenous heritage, Arab heritage, and Jewish heritage. And these, I don't know what I have for this. So I need to go a little bit online and find out what I could count for this. If I have any books on my TBR for these books. Official Storygraph Challenge. So let's go find out if I can find some book here that people suggested for it. First, we're going to try Indigenous heritage. So it would be the heritage. Let's find it. here we have Indigenous heritage, and then we are missing Arab heritage, Jewish heritage. There we go. Let me just go quickly through it if I can find anything that I see that I own or that I have audiobook of or that I'm immediately interested in. I mean, I see some really great covers here. I mean, I don't know many of these books, but... Yes, Braiding Sweetgrass. Oh my gosh, but this one is our next month's book club. Okay, so that is an option. I'm gonna put it down. Braiding Sweet. This is our book club read next month in November. So that would definitely count for that, but I'm not gonna read it this weekend, you know, and it is also not something I can read within one weekend. So I'll keep looking. Oh, I have one. I'm thinking, I know exactly which one. I know which one. Let me just see if it is here, but it should be Cemetery Boys. Okay. But we've got one, and it's actually perfect also for the season because it is kind of a mystery book. Let's see if it is in this list. Oh, Betty. I also have Betty. So I'm gonna write down Betty as well. Braiding Sweetgrass again. Okay, and that's all. There we go. Firekeeper's Daughter. Let me grab it. I have this one. The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Woolley. Keep the secret, live the lie, earn your truth. I absolutely love this cover, but it is a big one. It is 500 pages, so I'm not sure I can do it in one weekend, but it has quite like space, lots of space between the text. So let's put this also on the list here. Firekeeper's Daughter. I don't know if it's a space in between. Probably. Fire. There you go. So that's an option. Let's see if I find something shorter that I own. Oh, My Heart is a Chainsaw. Oh, really? That would be perfect for the time as well, but I don't have it on my list. Like I don't own that one. Let me see if I own any of the rest. No, this is the end. This is the end. So from these three, I'm thinking Firekeeper's Daughter, because Betty I think is pretty heavy read, and I don't think I could commit to that right now. So we're gonna go for Firekeeper's Daughter. Strong, unjubilant women are like the tide, reminding us of forces too powerful to control. Weak people fear that strength. Okay, so this is our first book that, well, not first. We have The Bewitching for Hispanic. This is for Indigenous heritage. So let's see if that happens. So that's there. Next, Arab heritage. This is taking a long time, but I am having fun. Arab heritage. Let's see again if I have any of these books that are here. Ooh, Against the Loveless World. I don't have that one. I do have Sea Prayer, but I already read that one. The Coin. Oh my god, perfect. Perfect. Not even going further. I do have that one audiobook. I got it because of the Inklings book club that's run by Jack Edwards. And so that is the one. I'm not gonna even go further. I'm gonna be reading The Coin for this one. Perfect. And then Jewish heritage. Let's see what we have there. Isaac Asimov. Okay, I don't own anything. Oh, The Immortalists. I absolutely loved that book. I read it so long ago, but I loved it. I've been thinking of rereading it, so maybe. The Diary of a Young Girl, I've read that. Anatomy, no. Let's see if I can find something that I actually like own or have on audio. Is usually my primary to go for. A Deadly Education, no. Rose of Wolves. The Book Thief, I have that, but that's another brick. Let me put it down, just so I don't forget. The Book Thief. Oh, I have some other ones, actually. Kind of like non-fiction. I'll go grab it soon. But let me first check these, if there is anything more I would love. The Tattooist of Auschwitz, I have that. The Tattooist of Auschwitz. Is that how you spell it? I don't know. I have that one, so I could read that for sure. Studying Drowning has been on my TBR, but I don't own it. Memory Called Empire, all right. I don't have that one, but I heard great things. I am a Spock. I froze there for a second because I was already thinking if I maybe already read something with Jewish characters, but I'm pretty sure the master jeweler, yeah, the family there was Jewish, but I already counted that for Pacific, or what was it called? For the women's history. But we could do that actually. I could switch that. But I don't, it was not again a main character, so I feel a little off about that. But we could do that as well. And count another book that's by a woman author. Because, you know, that's just... Let's do that because these are big, heavy books. I do not want to read them. I really do not at the moment. So we could count the master jeweler for this. Because the family there that the master jeweler was staying at, they were Jewish and they taught her everything. So I'm gonna count that for the Jewish heritage, and for women's history I can count anything here. Let's see what we have. We've got, may I place the part we already, no, we don't have. Something that has a lot of, okay, here we have this. I'm not gonna count that for heritage, unfortunately. This is not, I don't think this is a woman, but we already counted that for something else. Then we have Dawn, we already counted that for Black history. Uprooted, Uncharmed as well would work. Queen Bee we already have for this challenge. So let's do those. Let's do Uprooted. I feel good about that. So Uprooted. And that was also quite, I wouldn't say exactly feminist, but we had a main character, let's see. We had a main female character who was, spoilers again, but a powerful witch. So I already read that one as well. So we have 3 books for this weekend then. We've got Firekeeper's Daughter, then The Bewitching, which I hope to get on Everend, and The Coin that I have on Audible. So that sounds perfect, actually. Lots of audiobooks. I love audiobooks. So this sounds like a great plan. So nice. Welcome to the weekend challenge. It is now Friday evening. Right now it's almost 10 o'clock in the evening, but I started my challenge at around 7 o'clock when I started sprints on Discord because Denise was not feeling very good, so she canceled her sprints on YouTube. And so I decided to host sprints on Discord. Not on YouTube because first of all it wasn't set up, and second of all I wasn't sure how long I would be able to go because I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm a bit sick. I got a bit of a cold. I got it from Hendrik. He had it last week and now it came to me because that's just how it works. And yeah, so I'm not feeling the best, but I thought I would still host these sprints to motivate me read. I started Firekeeper's Daughter. I am right now on page 40. So yeah, started this at 7 and reading this. And I also found audiobook on Everend to help me focus a bit more, just to get through it a little bit faster. And so far I like it. I like the way it is written. I thought it would be a little bit like more adult, more heavy. But so far, I mean, we're just getting introduced into the story. It is a big book. It's like 480 pages. Yeah, it is a YA thriller, apparently, I found out. So I'm curious to see how this is going to all turn out. We follow our main character, Donis. She's 18 years old and she has mixed heritage. And it always made her feel like she doesn't belong because from one side of the family, they never thought she was enough. From the other side of the family, they never kind of took her in as their own. So she belongs to these two different families, but at the same time, she feels kind of lost in there. And yeah, there is not that much that's happening. We have her best friend here, Lily, who also doesn't have enough indigenous blood to be member in this like Sugar Island, it's called, like Sugar Island community. So they're kind of on the outside, both of them, but still within the community. So it's a little bit like outsiders kind of tale for now. And yeah, she also has a brother who is her half brother, and he's a very popular hockey player. And like not professional league, but like he's in high school, I think senior. So he is, yeah, has lots of friends. Whoa, I'm breaking it. No, whatever. But yeah, that's all I know for now. Only 40 pages in, so we'll see how it goes. And I'm sprinting and having some grapes. I almost ate them all. They're so delicious, honestly. They're so good because they're not just your typical grapes. I don't know what the breed is. I think it said candy drops. Love it. And yeah, trying to rest a bit to get better, reading my book. And so far I'm having fun. So far I'm having a good time. And we'll see how tomorrow goes because the plan is, of course, to sprint in the morning, but depending on how I'll feel, because right now my throat is hurting a bit, but it's getting better. It was really bad yesterday. Today is a little bit better. So I feel like that's kind of going away, but now I can feel my nose is filling up a bit. So we'll see if tomorrow I feel up for it to sprint, because, you know, it could get better by tomorrow, it could get worse. So we'll see tomorrow morning. But tomorrow I plan to cross stitch and listen to The Coin, kind of during the day anyway, and then in the evening I can continue with this one when I have a physical copy. So that is the plan. But yeah, I will talk to you later when I have any other update. Okay, I'm here checking in 1 week later. It is now Friday again, Friday 5 o'clock, and I did not work today. I took a day off because the week was tough and work, so I could take today off. But I did not update you the entire weekend last weekend because on Friday I talked to you that I have a little bit of a cold symptom, so I was not sure how that's gonna develop. And on Saturday it kind of developed into a fever, so I ended up in bed for quite a big part of next 3 days. And I even took Monday off work as well because I was not feeling good enough to work. And yeah, so I basically just spent most of the time sleeping and just relaxing and could not read. I did try to read, but I just could not, especially when feverish or some kind of sick. My brain tends to take the stories or whatever I'm consuming, whether it's games or work or movies, books, whatever I'm consuming at the moment. My brain tends to take it when I'm sick and like really make me dream about it all night, and I feel absolutely like it makes me sick. So I did not want to do that with these books, especially because I knew they were not that like light reads. But let me update you 1 week later the status of the challenge. So I totally failed the weekend challenge, but that's fine. But I did read The Coin. I did finish that, I believe, on Sunday, actually. I think I actually finished it on Sunday. It was only 4-hour audiobook. So while I was doing that, I was cross-stitching. So I made actually big progress on the cross-stitch since last week. I don't know if I showed you at the beginning. I don't think so. But I did basically this entire whale here, and most of this I made. And then filled in here the mountains a bit. I don't know. So I don't know if you can see anything, but yeah, this is the update as of right now. But I've been, I was listening to The Coin, and I have to say, absolutely not for me, unfortunately, because, I mean, the audiobook was fine. I did like the narrator, but the story, I can't tell you what it was, even if I tried. We follow a woman who is a Palestinian woman and emigrated into the United States, lives in New York, and gets a job as a teacher in high school, I believe. The kids are about 14 years old. And yeah, we follow her intense, insane cleaning routines at her home and of her own body. Like, she describes a lot about how she's washing herself and all of the time she spends cleaning herself, and in very vivid details, unnecessary, but I mean, I get it. It's part of the story. It's part of it's part of the story that the author is trying to tell. So, well, it made me not like it. So that's kind of the point. I did not like it. And then, yeah, the relationship she had with the students was very nice, but at the same time, like, she got along with the kids, but most of the time we only see her talking to the kids about telling them like how they should think, and basically that they should think freely, and whenever they don't think the way she does, she's kind of like, no, you are manipulated into thinking this way, you need to think freely, until they think the way she does. Like, that's the vibe I got. It was weird. And she starts dating this really strange man. We never get his name. She only gives him this nickname. And turns out they're not dating. And then at some point she kind of like gets angry at him for the exact same things that she kind of fell in love with him. And I don't know, it was just so strange. And then it just kind of escalates into madness. Definitely gives the vibes of my year of rest and relaxation, which is one of my most hated books ever. I despise that book so hard, and this one is nearing that feeling as well. I don't despise it as much. I think it was trying to make a lot of metaphorical comparisons to what is happening in the world today, and especially to Palestinians. So some of the things I did catch, and I thought they were very interesting, like observations, but a lot of it was just absolutely over my head, and I just felt like it was absolutely unnecessary descriptions of things that I don't need descriptions of. Did not like it. I don't know what I rated it. I don't think I gave it any rating yet, but it would be 1.5 star maybe, because it was intriguing to listen to, but it didn't give me absolutely anything, and I just don't like it. So if you did enjoy my year of rest and relaxation, you might enjoy this one as well, but it was not for me. But it does tick off my HRCYED prompt for Arab heritage, so that's good. And then I started listening to, because that was only audiobook. I have this one as physical, so this one I'm still reading. But I switched then to a different audiobook. I switched to The Bewitching by Silvia Moreno Garcia. And as of right now, I actually don't know how far I'm in, but definitely over halfway through. And I'm enjoying that one. It feels really like a gothic story. We have 3 different timelines, and we follow 3 different women. And there is different, like these stories are connecting. So the story from 90 years ago and the story from today, main character of the today's story is granddaughter of the main character in the story 90 years ago. And then we have one story in between where we follow character that the today's day character is investigating and writing her PhD about, or like her thesis about. And so she like kind of investigates, and in doing so she meets, she finds out these notebooks and a note, and so as she reads through them, that is the story from then 60 years ago. And so those are the 3 timelines we have. In all of these timelines, there is horrible things that are happening, or, well, it always starts with some kind of disappearance. And people usually just think, oh, well, she, doesn't matter, like it's multiple people, like they just disappear, and nothing strange. Well, this one we never found out, she just ran away with this guy, or this guy just needs some time away from school or whatever. But it seems like there is always something sinister behind it, and I am here for it. I love the vibes of it. I'm really enjoying it a lot more than Mexican Gothic. The Bewitching, it is kind of, well, the story kind of is, or the underlying story, we still don't know exactly how this is happening, so it's not a spoiler, but The Bewitching is kind of related to the general idea, like what happens to these people that disappeared, because in some cases there is also some blood involved, or some blood somewhere, and so it is kind of like there is this witch that is hurting these people, and we don't know who it is, what it is, or what, but I'm having a really good time with this. It has great vibes. It's very spooky in a way, like we have no idea what's going to happen. We know something terrible is going to happen, but we don't know what. Yeah, I'm having a great time with it. And also while I listen to that, I'm doing the cross-stitching, so made a lot of progress while listening to those 2 books. And then I made a little bit progress on this one, not as much. I'm on page 78 only, so not that much. Yeah, it's that this far in. But this will be definitely focused of my upcoming weekend to finish these 2 books, because now it's kind of like my new weekend challenge, even though it is a Camp Enchanted and it is Cleo's really short books, which this is opposite of short book. But my challenge is going to be for this weekend to finish these 2 books and finish this vlog. And in doing so, completing this HRCYED challenge. So yeah, I'm really, really excited actually. And this one, last time I think I talked to you, I was about 58 pages in or something like that. So not much progress, but it is very YA. We have our main character who is hanging out, becomes this kind of like a mentor to the new hockey guy that is in town. He's brand new, and she's supposed to like help him out, show him around, and help him meet new people and stuff like that. But of course there is some like sparks flying between them, but that's a problem because he has a girlfriend somewhere else, and she's not that girl you know, she's not that girl that's gonna make them break up. And then there is some drama and stuff like that. And I enjoyed the part where it talks a lot about the Indians and you know, their reservation and the culture and whatever they are doing. There's many mentions about braiding sweetgrass, and they have a market and they are selling sweetgrass, braided sweetgrass. And I just think it's so cool, because that's one of the books we're going to be reading for our book club in November next month. So I just think it's really cool. And yeah, that's basically it. I don't have much more updates about that. I mean, 78 pages in out of almost 500. Yeah, almost 500, 490. Can't tell that much yet. So that is the update for now. And yeah, I hope I will check in with you soon when I finish whichever of these books. It is now Sunday, October 26th. So it took me all month to finish, but I did finish. I finished The Bewitching on Monday and I wanted to film the update, but the software on my phone didn't work to do that. So I postponed it a bit and then I never came back to talk to you about it. But I finished The Bewitching on Monday and I loved it. I gave it, I think, 4.5 stars. There was a little something that was missing to be a 5-star. I don't know what it is. It just didn't give me all the feels that I wanted. But I really enjoyed The Bewitching. All the stories connected so well, and it was a horror. I would say, like, if I was actually watching it, I would definitely count it as a horror. But as a book itself, I don't think it was that horror-y, or, you know, it was not like I didn't struggle with it when it comes to the horror part. So it was all good. And I think I told you a lot about that already, so I'm not gonna tell you more, but I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I read only one other book by this author. I read The Mexican Gothic, but this one was definitely better. Like, if I would have to recommend one, it would be The Bewitching, absolutely. It was just exactly what I was looking for. But then yesterday I finished The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Boulley. And what to think about this one? I gave this one 3 stars. Let's start there. I gave it 3 stars. I absolutely loved the Indian part of it, like the Native Americans. I love the traditions, the description of the traditions, of the medicine, of the plants that they use, of the way they honor the river every time they cross it, because every time they cross the river, it's new water, so they have to do it every single time. And the tribal politics, that you need to have a certain amount of, like, a Native American blood to be able to be admitted into the tribal community. And there is an age limit for that as well. And it's just, it was amazing to learn about all of this and about how the FBI can potentially be harmful to these communities, and that they don't really care about the communities themselves. They fix a problem, but they don't care about the potential side effects. And yeah, that part was absolutely fantastic, and I loved that part of it, and I would read something else with that to be the main theme. However, the story itself, the characters, I did not care for. I thought it was too YA. It was a story I did not really vibe with at all. I did not like the decisions of the characters. Our main character is just reaching 19 years old, and she is behaving in some ways, or like in some situations, way too adult, and in some situations way too young. There is one thing that happens that she doesn't respond to at all, and I find it a little bit strange. Like, why do you even put that in the story if you don't want to address it? So I really did not enjoy that part. I really did not enjoy that part if it wasn't for the HRCYED challenge And if I didn't own it, specifically, if I didn't own it, I would have probably DNF'd at some point. But I did love the descriptions of the Native American part. Like, that was fantastic. So overall, 3 stars. And I found out, or Christina told me on my sprints yesterday, that it actually has a sequel, but I don't think I'll read it until, or like unless it makes sense for some readathon or something, that it would be like perfect book for that. I do not plan to read, you know, further than that. So this finished. With that, I also did a lot of cross stitching. So this is the progress. I don't know what was the last thing I showed you. I think I did a lot of progress here, but it's like, this is how it's supposed to be. I did a lot of progress on this throughout this video. So amazing. I am very happy with the progress and I love how it looks. I made a little mistake, but I will try to fix it. So we'll see how that turns out. I think, like, if you don't know it's a mistake, I don't think you would really notice, but I will try to fix that. And yeah, that's the progress. So now we should look into the graphics and complete the heritage challenge to put up the pictures. So let's move over to the computer and let's do that. So this is the status. I read the Bewitching, the Firekeeper's Daughter, and the coin. So now we can enter these in here. So we got insert. Picture, I already prepared this in the cell. This is the Bewitching, so there it is. Beautiful. Here we insert Firekeeper's Daughter. And here the coin. Beautiful. So this is done. If we check the bingo board in the beginning, it's now green. But when I was filling in the spreadsheet with the books that I finished, so the coin and the Bewitching and Firekeeper's Daughter, I found out that actually with Firekeeper's Daughter, I completed Become the Avatar as well. Here are all the potentials that I summed up or like collected over, you know, that I've collected so far. And you see the Firekeeper's Daughter completed it. So I decided to mark that done as well and do it. So we're gonna do the cover. We're not gonna do this one here. So I can delete this actually. I delete. And then we can fill it in. So for fire, we've got Firekeeper's Daughter. Perfect. So we can delete this and add it also to the tracker before we forget. The Firekeeper's Daughter. Become the Avatar. Where are you? Oh wow, I can see it. No? Avatar. It's only Avatar. Okay. And then the other ones we need to find. So we've got water, earth, and air. We've got lots of each. So let's see. We've got, for water is the fewest. So let's start with that. Rescue at Lake Wild, or My Friends, or The Truth is in the Detour. I think this is actually in the detours. Is it in the detours? Yes. So let's check those 3. The Rescue, Lake Rescue, My Friends, and Truth is in the Detour. So we've got the here. That's available for 7 prompts. my friends for 9, and truth in the detours for 7. So let's take my friends. We also don't have it for any prompts yet, so let's do that then. It's gonna be for avatar. There we go. So that's for watcher. Did it work? Yes, it did. Perfect. So we can take that away and this way. Whoop. And this one. So now we've got Earth. So for Earth, we've got option orbital, which would be perfect because there is the planet Earth. We've got uprooted, which I'm not actually sure what the Earth is on the cover. Uncharmed as well. The truth is in the detours is definitely Earth on the cover. And the bewitching, probably the bird, which I don't know if it counts. So let's count the truth is in the detours here. Wait, this needs to be, they are not centered. There we go. So Earth, insert image. Truth is in the detours. Perfect. So that's Earth there. There. Wait, I need to delete that one as well then. Earth. Okay. And let's also put it in the tracker so we don't forget. My friends is there, this is there, and the truth is in it is actually the same. There we go. And then the last one is the air. And here we've got a man called Ove. Harry Potter, we've got One Summer in Tuscany, The Happiness Experiment, and Uprooted. So let's see which of these would match the best. Oh my god, I don't remember what they are. So I'm gonna actually move this much closer so we can click between them faster. So man called, but I don't think I have that for anything. Potential 8. One Summer in Tuscany 7. The Happiness Experiment and Uprooted. So far man called Uwe with 8 is leading, 7 and 8. So either man called Uwe or Uprooted. And I don't have man called Uwe for anything yet, so we're gonna do that one. Let's do that. Avatar. And there, here, insert. So. There we go. And we can now mark that. And I did it. Done. So how does it look on the bingo board? There we go. I'm aiming now, or like potentially 2 bingos. We've got the bingo here, these challenges, or these challenges, this row or this column. So I planned to do 1 challenge this month, but ended up doing 2, so that is absolutely perfect. I'm very happy with that. And well, I hope that keeps happening. I don't think it will, but you never know. So that was very successful, I would say, even though it took me all month, but I am very happy I managed to finish 2 challenges with this one. So that's it for this edition of HRCYED challenge. We are now at 4 completed. And yeah, I'm very happy with the progress. So let me know how you are doing with the HRCYED challenge if you're doing it. If you watched this far, leave me fire emoji in the comments down below so I know you watched this far, because I appreciate every single one of you who watches my videos, and it makes me so happy when I see those comments. So please leave me a fire emoji. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!